Now let's move on to the final step. Build your own simple NFT. Okay. If you prefer a video, then you can see the video here. Now we will going to implement it. So let's see. Set up a MetaMask. Okay, we already have it. Check if your computer has Node.js. We already have it. Now let's build a smart contract. To build a smart contract, we would be using Hardhead. Hardhead basically a Ethereum development environment and framework designed for full stack development. In simple words, you can write your smart contract, deploy them, run tests, and debug your code. To set up Hardhead project, open your terminal and execute these commands. Okay. Now let's create a folder inside our Learn Web 3 workspace. Create a new folder, NFT tutorial. Now see, okay. Now move on to this folder. Uh, you can click it by integrate terminal and just write this command in it. Yes. Okay. As I am using yarn, so I will write yarn in it. Yes. Okay. So now add hardhead by yarn add hardhead. It will take some time. It's downloading all the dependencies. So it's successfully done. Now let's move on. Now let's run this command npx hardhead. Now create a JavaScript project. Then select the current location, no file, and yes, it's created. Okay. Now we need to add this also. Open Zeppelin contract. We need to download it also. Yarn add. Let's download and install it. It's done successfully. Okay, now in the contract folder, get a new variety file called nft.sol. Now let's create it. Contracts, new file. Log.sol is already there. It's provided in the default installation, default application that we have created using the wizard. of hardhead. Hmm. For JavaScript project. Okay, we have created the file as suggested. Now copy the code and just save it. Okay, now let's go on. Now we would write some code in NFT. We would be importing OpenZeppelin AI contract and the most common standard by creating NFTs. In the freshman track, we would only be using NFT using ES21. In shopper mode track, you would learn about ES21 in detail, so don't worry if you don't understand anything. So in the next tutorial, which is sophomore track, ERC21 will be defined more. So right now we just see how we can use it. Okay, now let's run it. Compile. Okay, there are some tools missing, dependents missing that they have suggested here. Let's add install all of them. In order to run that command, just ignore these uh, errors or suggestions because I have installed the extension of solidity, so that's why it's showing all these things. Okay, it's successfully done. Now let's rerun that command or it compile. Okay, it's compiled successfully. As it's compiled successfully, you can see the artifacts folder here. Here you can see the ABI file. Here it is. So let's see what the next step is. If there are no errors, you are good to go. So now configure deployment. I deployed a smart contract to Goldie testnet network. To do this, we'll write a deployment script and then configure the network. First, we create a new file, replace the default file name deploy.js under the script folder, and write the following code here. Okay, now let's go in the C folder, open deploy.js as we are going to deploy it as a smart contract ERC21. Now just copy this code and just paste it here. Okay, now let's see. Okay, now create an env file in the NFT tutorial folder and add the following lines in the follow the instruction below. Go to quick note and sign up for the account. I have already signed up and I have already an account, so here it is. And just create a file, env file, and copy this line to there. Okay, now let's create a new file, .env, and just paste them here. Okay, so for using .env we need to install .env package. Now let's yarn add successfully installed. Now replace the hardhat.config.js file. There it is. I've just replace it. Now replace these values. Okay, the first value in .env file we get it from QuickNode. QuickNode we need to create an endpoint. Select a network Ethereum. Now select a chain, that is Ethereum. Now select the network, which is Coldly, this test network, then continue, then just ignore this and create an endpoint. Okay, it's created. Now you can copy this line and paste it here. Okay, now private key. Okay, just a reminder that I was going to delete this endpoint after completing this tutorial, so don't use it. And now a private key. For private key you need to go to account details and then click here export private key. I will not going to show you my private key and you neither show anyone your private key, because if you show them or you expose their private key, anyone can hack your account or anyone can get ether out of that account, so be aware of it. Now I will put it here and then now we will run this command.